Yeah. Welcome to West Coast We Active Podcast, number one independent podcast in the world. I need you to go to westcoastweactive.com, number one independent website in the world. Why, you ask? Because it's me, Big Silencer, DJ Heavenly, Jaron Draws, and the whole family. Tune in, stay active, don't miss out, get some merch, freshen up. Summertime's coming. We need to stay busy. Much love to y'all. Hit the subscribe button, like, share, do all that good stuff, and get at me. Here we are. Miss Carla Appleberry. How are you this evening?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing very good. Um, This is Carla Appleberry from Creations Berkeley up in Berkeley, California. She's got her own dance studio. She's doing a lot of big things in the entrepreneur field. But I'm going to let her introduce herself and tell her story from her side. Carla, where'd you come from? How'd you get into this industry?
Sure. Well, I'm from the Bay Area, born and raised, born in San Francisco, raised in Berkeley. And I got into this really because I want to bring arts and culture back to the community through dance. And really want to work with these kids. My daughter is a dancer at heart. And I just want to say, by the way, I love your platform. And it was great talking to you and your wife, by the way. And you guys do so many good things in the community. I just want to say thank you.
Hey, God bless.
Yeah.
Well, good.
Yeah. And so, like you said, we recently opened up a dance studio here in Berkeley. And right now we're in the process of still setting up. And I'm not the dancer, but my daughter is. She's 8 years old. And she's a natural. She's been dancing her whole life. And I just wanted to give her a outlet, a place to nurture her God-given talent in a safe environment.
Okay. So, where did you decide just for dance? Like, just because you seen her dancing, or you always had a thing for dancing, or what was it?
Well, no, she's a natural born. She's a natural born dancer for sure. I'm gonna nurture that. I'm gonna nurture her talent. When I originally wanted to go into this, open up this business. By the way, I've opened up plenty of businesses. I'm a diehard entrepreneur. Some things work, some things don't. But you stay in the game. You know what I mean? So I wanted to open up an activity center, like an arts and crafts center for kids and for families, for people to come in and, have some type of STEAM-based or, sensory doing something, because we're always on devices. This world is technology driven and we just don't have any hands-on stimulation anymore. So anyway, I found a beautiful place, blessing after blessing. I ended up finding a beautiful place. And I decided that it was a perfect place for a dance studio, really mainly because it was turnkey. And, that's just, sometimes God will push you in a direction. You might start off doing one thing, but, when you're in tune with who you are and, you know what you want to do in life and you know your purpose. And I know my purpose. I'm on assignment. I'm here to give back. Everything I've been through in life is just a testimony to give back and to hopefully reach somebody that may be going through something,
That's beautiful.
And but anyway, so I followed my heart. I followed my gut instinct, and I went in this direction. And like I said, it's been blessing after blessing, door after door has been opening up, and it's needed. I'm campaigning right now. I'm on a major campaign for awareness for mental health, like straight up and down.
Wow.
That's my goal. That's my number one thing. So I'm going to do that through dance. And this is dance therapy. This studio is not going to be so technical like ballet and, really just hitting your angles and your body flexibility. I'm not worried about all that. This is about dance therapy. We're going to be doing dancing with disabilities, women that are pregnant, toddlers, youth of all ages, everybody in the community. I mean, we're reaching out to the LGBTQ community. I want to bring back ballroom dancing. We're right here in the Bay Area, right across the bridge from San Francisco. And a lot of our communities don't have this outlet of dance anymore in a safe place, in a safe environment. And eventually I want to reach I want to do what you're doing, actually. I want to start a podcast, really, with the youth. I mean, I got so much stuff going on. I could bounce all over the place. I should probably just stay on track here. But
Nah, keep going. That's why we brought you on here. What you're doing is
yeah,
for the community, and that's what I'm about, for the community. So anything about that, I'm down with. You know what
yeah,
I
for
mean?
sure. Because we really need it. We really need it, especially our young kids, our black and brown kids, and even our lighter skinned kids. It really doesn't matter. And really, I'm not discriminating against religion, sexual orientation, social background. I have a workshop I want to do for women empowerment, women that were victims of domestic violence or suffer some type of trauma, and do a heels class, or stiletto dancing is known as heels or stiletto. So there's a lot of different things that I'm trying to put together. It's a dance studio, but we're really based around health and wellness. And mental health is my number one focus. And I mean, for everybody in the community, but more so our teens, ages like 12 to 17, 13 to 17. They really need it, especially here in the Bay Area, in Oakland, Berkeley, Richmond. Yeah, we need the help, and we need the community's help. It takes. I can't do everything. It takes a lot of different people, but there are a lot of people out here that want to help. Although we see a bunch of stuff on the news all day long, all this negativity, all these things going on in the world, we fail to realize how many good people are actually out there. How many people are really actually out there making moves and trying to help, and they're not being praised. And that's another thing with social media. The whole cap that everybody's believing. That our kids are soaking up, and it's increasing the suicide rate amongst our youth. Okay, I mean, I got a couple of bullet points here. Okay, look. How about you? I bet you didn't know this. They said TikTok, I believe, was a national. It's in my phone, but anyway, TikTok. They did a study. TikTok is giving young children tics. It's physically disrupting these children. I mean, you can source it, have your people source it or whatever, but it's this type of stuff going on. Body dysmorphia.
My
I
God.
mean, it's not one time I don't turn on Instagram or something and I see somebody twerking. I mean, I'm all for, women feeling their bodies and everything like that. That's great. But we're doing things, we're mimicking dances that came from cultures that really had meaning, and hypersexualizing different things. And these kids are picking it up, and when we're not even knowing the background. That's why at my dance studio, I want to bring in different dancers that are, like I said, not hip. Of course, we're going to do hip hop, but not just ballet, jazz, hip hop, tap, like your usual commercial dancers. I want to bring back in Afro Haitian, Brazilian fusion, capoeira. There's so many different things. And like I was saying with twerking, I mean, if you look at some African dances, Afro Haitian dances, I mean, twerking is mimicking these dances. But people fail to realize that these dances are long, ancient dances, dances passed down from ancestors to generation after generation, and it means something. There's something behind it. So the classes I have are going to bring that knowledge to my students or to the people that attend my programs. And we're going to also do a lot of work with the youth, bringing technology into dance. I'm starting a summer camp. I have a summer camp this summer right now, but this year I focused on STEAM-based activities through arts and crafts like pottery, slime, science through slime, things of that nature. But because of what's going on in the world and the need for outlets for people to, help with their mental health, because I really just don't think prescription drugs are the way to go. They're just not the way to go. It's really not. I know people that have weaned themselves off of prescription drugs and did holistic things and are just fine, and it's all about education. So I'm working with a couple other people. I have an instructor that's great. Her name's Tiana. She's amazing. Her story's amazing. Her twin sister is also working with us. She's an esthetician, and she'll be showing people how to take care of their skin, which is the biggest organ in the body. It's major. And then Sai, he's a health and wellness guru, if you will, vegan based. He's very well versed about all the natural herbs and foods and stuff that heal. So we'll be holding events that bring all that knowledge and information to the community. Yeah, and so we'll also be doing the summer camp coming up next summer, and like I said, bringing technology to dance. And so um, it's really amazing. I could tell you a few stories, but it's just really amazing some of the things that I'm seeing the effect on these children. I volunteer at my daughter's school during lunch, and it was great. You know, I was just going up there just to be closer to my kid and keep my eye on her. But I started to notice that these kids are really picking up stuff from the internet. You know, like they're picking up a lot of stuff that they don't need to be picking up. And I want to teach them the other side. Like I teach my daughter, you know, I tell her, um, those YouTube families, they're fake. You know, that's not really how people live. Okay, half these Instagram pictures that you see, TikTok videos, they have been done over and over and over until they got it right. It was staged. Things are rented. Houses are rented. Their Airbnbs, cars are rented. Jewelry's fake. Clothes are fake. You see what I'm saying?
Reach.
And, right. Okay. Can I get an amen?
Amen.
But we need to bring this to these kids. And
Yeah.
so I want to bring I'm going to teach them the other side of social media, how to use it as a tool to raise awareness for anti-bullying campaigns, you know, self-esteem building workshops, instead of using it as a tool instead of using it for validation, you know, use it as a tool to raise awareness and to generate revenue at that. You know, I tell my daughter, they're making money off you. She's saying, Mommy, oh, we got to subscribe. I got to like, I got to follow, I got to comment. No, you don't. That's helping them get money. You have to understand, you know, you have to understand, you know, they're sucking you in. And yeah, she's 8 years old, but, you know, nowadays that really means nothing. You know, these kids are growing up faster than you know, I can say hello.
No, I got a 14-year-old running my whole show right now, so I can understand. He's already ahead of me by 300 years.
I'm telling you.
Man.
I'm telling you, but she's got a good heart and she loves to dance. She loves to dance. Like and that's another reason why I want to do this dance studio, because I feel like in the future when she's 16, she'll be choreographing. She'll have a class, you know, and it's about generational wealth. I want to teach that to our youngsters and how to be focused. I spend so much time, you know, I mean, you know, I'm real educated. You know, especially out here, the community taught me a lot, you know, and, but there's a lot now that I'm having to learn on my own, and I'm having to go back, I'm having to double back and say, hey, I may know some things, but I don't know the business behind it. I don't know the textbook behind it. Do you know what I mean? And I'm going back to school. I'm in school right now for film, and I love it. I love it. And I think that's going to be the tool that I can use to really empower the youth to go in a different direction instead of, I mean, have you listened to the radio lately?
I don't listen to the radio. Like I make music, but I don't listen. I tell my girl I don't even listen to hip hop, but I make hip hop, and it sucks. Like it's so messed up right now, you know.
I'm telling you,
like you said, they're brainwashing these kids and they're profiting off of it. So it doesn't make no sense to me.
Right, right, and they need to be exposed. It needs to be exposed, but they're not going to do it. They're not going to do it. They don't understand these youth. They don't understand. They don't see the rappers and the people that have, you know, I like to call them the pawns. You know what I'm saying? Like they're really not the guys. They're not that guy. Actually, that rapper you see with all those chains on, they're really not that guy. You know, it's these higher ups. It's the execs. Those are the guys. You know, and the people, and you're following the lead of the wrong people, is what I'm saying. You know what I mean? That's what I need to tell these people. I need to tell these kids that. Like, this is my mission. This is my assignment. Because what's going to happen? What's going to happen in 20 years? What are we going to do when they grow up?
I'd be begging for your royalties back. That's why I tell these kids to run their own record label, get their paperwork right, find a person like DJ Heavenly to help you out behind the scenes. You know, like I was a screwed up kid at one time. You know, I didn't have my head on straight. You know, I lost a lot of money in this, you know. But now I'm straight. You know, you got to find a good team, a solid team, people out there that care about you and that are going to guide you in the right direction. You said you work a lot with the community. Who are some of the people you work with in the community, and who is helping you?
Right. So I got back into the church. I go to Ephesians here in Berkeley, Bishop Logan, Jonathan Logan, and it's really been life changing. You know, getting back into the church, it really has, and it hasn't been like life changing. Like I started coming out wearing bonnets and long skirts. You know what I mean? Like It's hitting differently right now because I want more out of life. Do you know what I mean? And I want more, so I'm seeking the knowledge. I'm willing, I'm submitting, to a higher up, to my higher power, to my God, and uh, it's helped so much. It's been supernatural. It's been supernatural for real. And so what I want to do, we already have a Bible study for adults, a Bible study for kids ages 6 to 12, but there's nothing for the ages 13 to 17. And we have a Zoom line. And so I'm wanting to use the Zoom line to do a discussion, like an online discussion where kids can come in, they can tap in, they could chime in, they could check in. We can have a panel of kids right here in the studio, right here on this red couch. You know how Jada do her red table talks with her, red couch talks, right here at Creations, and get these kids talking about things that happen in the community. There was, because I'm wondering, how are they going through, how are they processing things that happen out here. Here about a week ago in East Oakland, a young girl, 15 years old, was shot dead in a car. She was riding in a car with some other people, and she was not the intended target. But unfortunately, she passed away. She's a victim to gun violence, and she passed away. And Howard, I'm pretty sure these youth have questions, and I know that I tell myself, and I tell my friends, and I tell anybody, I'm not getting in your car. I don't know who you know. I don't know who you're beefing with. But so if I need to be that auntie out here, if I could have ran up on that 15-year-old girl, if I could have known her, if this dance studio could already been open, I could have already have reached out, and caught her and gave her a little bit of game, you feel me, and laced her up, and that's how I feel like, this, everything I'm doing is really just a rules for me to touch one soul at a time, to reach one person at a time, to help one person at a time, and that's all I can do. And I'm just trying to find the best way. And I feel like that, like I said, I want to do a praise dancing team, and I want to do Christian rap because I can't listen to the radio station in the car no more. I can't listen to hip hop with my daughter, with my 8-year-old and the daughter. I cannot consciously listen to those lyrics. I mean, the beat sounds good, the beats, the melody's nice, whatever the case may be, but the lyrics, not okay. So I got into Christian rap. And it slaps. Like there's an artist named Wande, Wande, Last, and it's called Last. That's my jam right now. Like I really jam it, like for real. And I think that it would be an attractive way to bring in the youth, to have a hip hop praise dancing team. And my bishop has 3 churches under his belt. Hopefully, my dream is to start touring those churches, hopefully then expand to the northern region and hopefully all of California and across the country. And with the pandemic, I mean, thank God for the pandemic in some ways, because now we have this video, so now we can reach people in their homes. Like we can reach so many people than before. Right. And so, with that being said, I also want to get into the classrooms, bring creations in the classrooms. So I want to reach my programs. I want to take my programs virtually everywhere that I can. What I'm trying to do, I don't think I need a physical location in every place, and it's something that I can offer for little to no price. Like I don't need an overhead to do that. I don't need an overhead to turn my camera on. Of course I got to pay the bills. Of course I got to keep the lights on, but it's not about getting rich for me. I used to feel that way. I used to want to, stars on the roof, and all of that. But it's just, I'm a new creature, and hence the name Creations. I really surrendered my life and gave my life over to God and put Him first in everything that I do. And I'm truly a new creature, and that's what I'm here to do. I'm ready to turn people into new creatures, and become something better. Mm-hmm.
And creations come from imagination. So whatever your mind can imagine, you could create anything you put your mind to, really.
Absolutely. And this is a space to create. Eventually, I'm going to have some green curtains in here. We're going to have 360 green screen. We're going to get, I'm going to, like I said, for the summer camp, we're going to do podcasting, video production, get on the technical side, meet technical with dance. We're going to do all of that. And we're going to create. This is a space to create a safe place for everybody to come to. And like our symbol, my logo is the Kwanzaa sign for creativity. This is not just, a pop-up dance studio. This is really a passion, and we're, I'm really a part of the community. Right now, it's election year right now, and mental health, all kinds of mental health issues are going to be all over the ballot this year. I encourage everybody to get out and vote. You know what I mean? And don't vote Republican, don't vote Democrat, don't let that be. Vote for the agenda. You see what I'm saying? Do your homework. Google is so easy. You can ask Siri to look it up for you. Know what these people, these elected officials are standing behind. Because this is the effect. This is why you wonder why your people aren't getting out of jail right now. Now you're wondering why we got this homeless situation, this homeless crisis. We're wondering why all these mental health people, because these elected officials, we're bringing in the wrong people. We're looking at this from the wrong lens. You see what I'm saying? And we all need to wake up. Like, this is not a sugar-coated pep talk. This is like, you know what I'm saying, get your behind up talk, like, for real.
Yeah, it breaks my heart. I feel like America has pushed everyone like to the point where we work so hard, we don't have time to help the community. I feel like people are working like 12, 15-hour days, and they finally get home and they fall on their bed and they can't help their neighbor, And it breaks my heart. I see this it's like I don't know what's happening out in the world right now, but I feel like everyone is overworked, overstressed, and it's just breaking right now. We're at a breaking point, and we need to get out in the community more and really push the agenda that we believe in. The only way to help do this is get out there and really do it. I dedicated my whole life to my son. He's got schizophrenic. He's schizophrenic bipolar with severe. So I have to give him his medicine every night, and he has to dance. He loves the dance. When I see him dance, it changes his whole mind frame. He doesn't even seem sick no more. So I'm 100% with you on that. He gets out there, he could crip walk, he could break dance, he could pop lock, he could do it all. And he's got a soul in him. And I'm like, man, where'd you get this from? He'll be talking to himself, but he could go out there when he hears the music bumping.
You see what I'm saying? It moves the soul, it moves the spirit. It's just something about it. It's something about it being free. And that's why I said we're not technical. I want that freedom of movement, that creative movement. We can all dance. And it's really all about love. You can dance and sing. There's so many different outlets that have to do with the arts. God gave us talents. God gave us art. If you look around at the earth and you black out all those sirens and you black out everything else, and you just really sit there and look at God's beauty, God's natural beauty, this is all art. These are singing songs. Songs throughout history have given us comfort. Dances throughout history have given us comfort, have been ways for us to communicate with the gods. You see what I'm saying? And we've been moving farther and farther and farther away from that. I remember growing up, they used to take us on field trips to go see Afro-Haitian dancers. That's how I even know about it. Because they put us up on it when I was in school, because they had the funding. They don't have the funding now. Get out and vote. These kids need it. I was talking to somebody the other day, and I was like, did you vote? Because I just voted in the primaries. They're like, nah, for what? It tears me up. Because that's really, we got to use everything that we got. And people like to say, oh, the man this and the man that. I mean, why don't you be the man? Be the man then. Hello?
Yeah, right.
You hear me? Come on now. It don't make no sense. Everybody wants to point fingers. Everybody wants to be a scapegoat. But we're here. And then another thing, I had to tell my daughter, and I tell my children, all my babies, all my babies, right? I tell them if the situation, the conversation comes up, what you see, what they're putting out there, a lot of people don't travel. I know a lot of kids out here, they don't travel outside of the Bay Area. They've never been to Atlanta. They've never been to the wealthier parts of Dallas or other places where there's other minorities that are actually established, and do different things. Live differently. It's not always a turn up. The party, the event's not always a turn up. It's a gala sometimes. A debutante balls. There's some type of level of you know what I mean, of a class that have been taught. It's the better part of life. You know what I mean? We don't have to. We don't have to live lesser than. We don't have to conform to what they're feeding us, which is really pure garbage. I mean, I'm trying to figure out why these kids is walking around with their pants hanging halfway down there. It's not functional to me. But for whatever reason, it's been fed to us for so long, that because the community as a whole has accepted it, that it's become right. You see what I'm saying? It's become right, but it's indecent almost. You know what I'm saying? Maybe whatever. I'm not trying to start no fights or no arguments with people, but I'm just saying there's things, there's traits, there's habits. And I can say this for myself. because I'm a work in progress still. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of things that I'm changing about myself. And for real, humility, honesty, transparency. Like you can't do nothing without that in life. Even if you don't want to be helpful, because really helping people, it could be as simple as just saying hello, just being kind. You never know. You don't have to donate $1 million to somewhere. You don't have to go volunteer tons of time that you don't have because you're already overworked and underpaid. But you just being nice to your child. You know what I mean? You maybe, I don't know, whatever, something nice. Walking an old lady across the street. We don't do that anymore. There used to be a time like that, and there's still places where they do that. There's still places. But people are separating now. There's a separation. There's a real class separation. I'm reading a book right now. I don't know if I should say the title because it's not published yet, but by an author that used to write for the Washington Post, John Jeter, amazing guy, awesome book. But it teaches the whole history of classism in America and race wars and everything like that. And reading, I gotta say, reading is so important. Reading is so important. Even if you can't see, okay, you can't find your glasses or whatever, an audio book, whatever the case may be. Right. Disconnecting from Instagram. You know what I had to do? I had to unfollow Justin LeBoy, okay, all them little toxic pages, and I started following Black Wall Street, other things. And that right there, just unfollowing the negative and toxic pages and following positive pages, like overnight did it. Like what I was feeding myself, started to change me, like seriously. And it's really poison. And so I can't stress it enough. That we have to raise awareness. And if people are too busy and they don't have the time, help me do it. Go Creations, Berkeley / GoFundMe. Help me out this summer. I need to get podcasting equipment, video equipment. I want kids to create challenges. Hopefully, I want them to create challenges that campaign against for anti-bullying, self-esteem awareness. So this is how there's a bunch of dance challenges. Okay, I've deactivated from Instagram. I only get on there for business purposes. But the last time they do challenges that are really, like I said, hypersexualized. Let's do some dance challenges that bring awareness for something, and then let's show the kids how to produce that. How to have it a solid production where it comes out. Let's turn them into creators instead of, because I feel like social media, either you're the predator or the prey. You're getting paid off of social media or you're getting eaten alive off of social media. So what are you going to do? You know what I mean? So I'm going to teach these kids how to be creators. I'm going to teach them how to be, real monsters out here,
For the good part, right?
For the good part, good monsters. Good monsters.
These kids be talking about their beasts, and they're the wrong kind of beasts. You know what I mean? That's why I say you got to be a beast you got to be a warrior for the truth. That's what I'm a seeker of nowadays is the truth. I'm tired of liars. I'm tired of the fake. Everyone loves to talk and run their mouth, but no one loves to do action. And I'm an action person. I like to get the ball rolling. So whatever you need, any kind of help you need on our side, on our end, we'll make it happen. I'm in Southern California. I'm in LA. I do music. I could do songwriting classes. I could show these kids how to write poetry, organize their rhymes. If they want to really get into the rhyme game and they want to stop rapping like that, they want to pick their pants up, wear a tuxedo, and show up at a gala and really have like their merchandise right. I could show them how to do that. Like that's how you do it. You show up professional. I come from an Indian reservation where we used to bash people's faces in for the fun of it. Like it was no thing. You didn't come out to the reservation without getting checked. You know what I mean? Like, have you ever been to a reservation? Like, I don't know many people.
Yeah, no, for sure. My best friend growing up, El Salvadorian, and she was half Native American. I can't remember what tribe, honey, but I used to go to the tribal fest where all the tribes used to come together. And I spent a portion of my childhood in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Excuse me. And I went to a lot of the Indian festival and Native American festivals out there. Hello. I mean, they teach it.
Yeah, but we grew up rough, and I believe change can happen. Look at me now. I'm taking care of 3 children, a wife. I got a nice home. We're doing things. I didn't have this before. I was homeless in the streets. I've been there. So I know I could tell these kids right now today, if we got a room of 50, that things could change and things could happen for their life.
See, this is what I'm talking about. Because people, it's testimonies like that. It's testimonies like that kids catch on. Like I was talking to this old lady and she was telling me, and she's like, I would never have guessed it. But she was like, yeah, I used to shoot dice back in the day. And she's like 87 years old. And she's like, yeah, I used to shoot dice back in the day. And I used to drink rum, boop, boop, boop. And I was like, wow. But it resonated with me. It made me want to listen to her more because I felt like I related to her, and we need to relate to these kids. A lot of us, I mean, some of us are giving up. And then another thing is some of us that just don't have it to give to teach back. Some of us need to pull the thorn out of our own eye before we can help somebody else out. Some of us have to really look within ourselves. So I'm here for everybody. Like even me. I mean, we can't count ourselves out. We can't exempt ourselves out, especially when we're out here fighting and on assignment and trying to get the job done. We can't act like that we're better than that. You see what I'm saying? No matter how far that we come. And I know people that have come from nothing and then went and had something, cars, houses, record deals, all the stuff, lost it all, got it back again, lost it all. You see what I'm saying? But they're going to keep going through those kind of changes because they're never going to be solid and honest. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be, they're going to continue to hide and continue to want to live for the Joneses. I'm trying to think of the expression, but live for the times and stuff like that. And that's going to get you nowhere. It's really going to get you nowhere. It's when you start, and I truly believe it's when you start to have a passion for something that does good, that does something more, that does something for not you, something that you put yourself last. You see what I'm saying? When you do something for the greater good, I really believe that's when all those blessings come, and they stick around. They're seeds sown in good soil, not seeds sown in thorn. Yeah.
Yeah, that's most definitely. So what's next? What do you need right now? What can we do? What how are we going to change the social media? Like, what are we going to open up an app? What are we going to do? What's next? Like, I don't know, because these kids are misguided.
Yeah. So this is what we're gonna.
Like
right.
that's the
okay.
Because what I see from the social media is okay. What happened? It's like breaking up right now.
Yeah. Are you good?
Something happened. Hello? Mic check.
Are we good? Yeah. You got me?
Can you hear that? Yes.
Hello?
The devil tried to get involved here. Can you take off and then come back in?
Yeah, sure.
Oh yeah, it was on there. Well, for everyone tuning in right now, this is the Creations of Berkeley. And something happened, I think, because we were talking at the same time. Something happened. We got a little miscommunication. She needs to come back in. That noise was scary. Man, when you start talking too much positivity, that's what happens. All the negative energy in the world tries to get in there. That was crazy. Come back in. I'm going to show off her website a little bit while she's getting back in. Boom. That's her GoFundMe, you guys. Go to Creations Berkeley, invest Berkeley kids to provide summer solutions. I told him, I said, man, once you start talking too much positivity, the devil will try to get involved. It sounded like an alien got in here.
Yeah. Exactly. But yeah, so the next thing is, am I good? Are we good?
No, we're good. I don't know what it was. That was a creepy sound. That was some weird energy.
Right. Oh my goodness. Okay. So what's next? That what I'm really stressing is the summer camp for next year. So I want to.
I think maybe
like holler at all. And you see, the studio's right behind me. We're gonna have a projector that's gonna be able to mirror onto this wall. Anybody that wants to zoom in with us, any instructor that wants to, that has experience in the industry or that has any type of story that they want to share with the kids and give back. I'm calling all entertainers. I'm calling everybody, even if it's just to like and comment. If your schedule is too busy, just get on the website or get on the Instagram, like, comment, do something, show that you're out here, show that you're supporting. We need to support each other. I don't care how big you are. I don't care how many records you have. Let's support each other. and help with this summer camp. We need podcasting equipment. We need Steam kits that they have, video production equipment, animation. I want to get into NTFs. Excuse me, NFTs.
That Jen?
What else? They have, excuse me, they have gaming, coding.
Yep, gaming's a huge one. If you got anything with gaming, the kids will be there.
Yeah, and it's just, I mean, even with gaming, how many hours do kids sit on games? How many? Like just doing what? Blowing stuff up? Like make the games. Let's do something more positive. Instead of spending your parents' money, okay, instead of spending all your money on these games, getting everybody else rich, make a game. Let's do this. Let's have some type of economic security out here about ourselves.
Yeah, they're on there 24 hours a day. And that'd be cool because Jaron draws, my son. He's one of the best drawers in the game. He could do any drawing you need, and he knows NFTs, and Heavenly knows how to build the websites and all that. So she could show him how to open up their first digital wallet, get some currency inside of their wallet, start transferring crypto around to each other. They can learn that. That's important because I don't think we're
That's
going to be
awesome. I
holding.
look forward to working with you guys.
Oh man, she's breaking up, baby. But I appreciate you for getting on, and maybe we could get a part 2 because you're breaking up over there on your end. I'm not sure what's going on.
Yeah, let's get a part 2. Let's schedule something soon.
Okay. God bless you. Thank you for getting on tonight. That sucks, man. Something happened.